Hello, I'm Ozzy, and welcome back to my little survival world. Although it's been God, 2-something weeks since I recorded the last episode, so I don't really remember anything. From the last episode, we died. Yeah. We were working on the house, as you can see. Beautiful progress. But then we died at the hands of a little baby zombie. It was the most tragic thing, honestly. Well, okay, maybe less tragic, more embarrassing. But yeah, there we lay. What a poor man. Anyway, moving on to better and brighter things. I've got my list again. Because, it's been a while, and the whole reason I have the list is so I remember what the hell we're doing whenever we do this. I think for now, it's just going to be more work on the house, I reckon, and maybe some decorating. I wouldn't mind decorating and coming up with at least a little path or a general direction of where I want the rest of this little development to go. What's it called? I've recently been invested in Rome. Yes, all men do think... Men fall into one of two camps. All men either think about Rome or all men think about the Byzantine Empire. There is no in between. Forget the world wars or the Persian Empire or literally any other empire, British, Roman, anything like that. Does not matter. Fundamentally, you either cry at the fall of Rome or you cry at the fall of Constantinople. There is no in between. But yes, I've been recently very invested in Roman and Byzantine history. Oh. Come on, you mister. I have been recently invested in Roman and Byzantine history. I've been playing a game... it's in early access. I highly recommend it. I'll link to the Steam in the description. Oh, hang on. I don't mind if I do. I'll link the Steam in the description. It is called Nova Roma. It is... Okay, hello to you too. It is essentially a city building game styled in ancient Rome. And it is the best. Yes, I'm kind of shit at playing the game. And I have a tendency to anger the gods just about every time I play. But whatever the case, it is a very fun game, and I highly recommend it. But because of that, I've been back in my Rome phase. And so, I don't remember what episode it was in specifically. It might have been episode 2 or episode 3. Shows you how long ago I recorded those. In one of those episodes, I bring up how there's a server I have with a couple of my mates. Now, mind you, this server's practically dead in all aspects. Usually, I'm the only one on it, and there's only one other person who consistently hops on to play. So it's very tragic, but that's okay. Because in a university, I'm busy. I go to uni, and I just procrastinate. But whatever the case, on that server, I've decided... I'm gonna build my own Rome, and so I got a little cheeky nether portal thing going on, and I made it. Well, I travelled far and wide, if you will, and I made it pop out at this beautiful plains biome. But the more important part is that when you walk out of the portal, you walk out into a temple. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm now currently working on my Great Forum. And then the next big plan is to build a basilica. I've already built a rostra in my forum, but I need more. And frankly, I just need to learn more about Roman city planning, if anything. Okay, no, hang on. Okay. Oh, I've already... Whoops. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. It's fixed now. We're safe. Okay, but in terms of path, obviously, come off the bridge here. Turn left to go here. I think you should follow around, curve this way, and then maybe curve a bit this way. I'll need to fill this in. Curve a bit this way. I'm going to have to fill all this in too so I can get a nice flat work area. We'll get there when we get there. For now, I think I need more furnaces. I need to get this cobblestone schmelten so I can get stone brick. I'm going to turn half of these into stairs. Because I know that... Oh, should I do... Maybe I'll do this part first. Like this over there. I think that'd be a wise decision. Instead of connecting this part. So what did I do there exactly? Okay, stair, then block stair, block stair, block stair, block stair. Block and slab, I think. And it starts on this level. Boop. It's a good thing that my friends are, actually paying attention to their uni work and all the rest of it. I have not been. I have an assessment due tomorrow. I've barely done any work for it. But that's okay. We live, we laugh, we love. Okay. The assessment, I may or may not have ranted about this last episode. I can't remember. But this assessment that I've got two. I've got one that I don't even know when it's due. I haven't even... That is how little I've looked at it. I don't even know if it's due anytime soon. I'm fairly certain it's due next week. Knowing me, it's probably already past the submission day and I'm late. But whatever. What's it called? I may or may not have spoken about this last week. But the assessment I have is the work in progress assessment. This is what's due tomorrow. And the work in progress assessment is, at least for jazz, it's a music assignment that Monash does, if you will. And it's basically to keep track of like your scales and all that sort of stuff. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, and it's a very good thing to keep in check, to keep refreshed, yada yada. No complaints. However, and there's always a however, and that however is these scales suck. I could have just jumped out, but whatever. Let's quickly run back before, heaven forbid, I get jumped by another baby zombie. It's good to practice your scales. It's good to have them in the bank, especially in jazz. Like, knowing your scales, very important. But I thought we were done with this shit when I left high school, man. I thought we were done with the scales. I thought I knew them all. And even if I wasn't good at playing them all, I knew them all. And that's all that mattered. Because there's three levels. When you first start in music, you'll probably learn your major and minor scales. The two most fundamental of the scales. 90% of music falls into one of those two categories. And so you're like, okay, fantastic. I know my scales. I know C major. I know C minor. Awesome. And then you get through high school, and as you get to the latter end of when you get to the latter end of high school, they're like, actually, did you know that there's more? And these are called the modes. And you go, ooh, what's a mode? And then they bring up Kind of Blue, Miles Davis, because it's the pinnacle modal jazz album. It was the grandfather of all modal jazz, if you will. What's it called? Incredible album, by the way. Love it. It was the first album I ever got on vinyl, in terms of jazz albums. Like, I had Dark Side of the Moon by this point in time. But Kind of Blue was the first jazz album I ever got on vinyl. And it is sensational. And I do use the infamous So What voicings very often. it's chordal, and then, and it's just got such, range. But whatever the case, did I grab? No, I didn't grab it. Oh, yeah, I'll wait for this one, and then I'll grab it. Whatever the case, they go, here are the modes, and you go, whoa, that's crazy. I want more of this, please. And so you learn your modes, and you get, so you got Major or Ionian. Is it Ionian? I think so. Whatever. Major. Then you've got Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Natural Minor, and then Locrian. And then you think, okay, so I'm done now. That's all there is. Oh, how wrong I was. So, for the uninitiated, if you will, there's... How do I describe this? So, actually, I don't know if that's a stair or not. Oh, this is going to kill me. Okay. For the uninitiated, one of the other minor scales you will learn... I should not have checked this from here because I can't see it. One of the other minor scales that you probably end up learning is the melodic minor scale. Now, the melodic minor is a bit interesting. Okay, it is just there. So I need 2 more. There we go. The thing with the melodic minor is that it has 2 different forms. The first is when you play it ascending, so when you go up the scale. And the second is when you go down the scale, descending. When you go up the scale... It's the only difference between that and the major scale is the minor third. And then major. And then when it's descending, it's basically just a natural minor scale. However, in jazz, there's a thing called the jazz minor scale, which is essentially just the ascending part of the melodic minor scale. So, just that. And my big gripe with it is there's modes to that. And I don't like that. So, I thought that the modes ended with, the modes that I'd previously discussed. These are, I'm pretty sure they're fairly certain, they're called the modes of the major scale, because if you take a major scale, you can play every single mode if you play all the same notes, but you just start at a different spot. So if you start on the 2nd degree, you got Dorian, yada, 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 all the way up the scale. But now, there's the jazz minor scale. And it sucks. It's not that it's bad. Like, it's very versatile. It's very good. It sounds awesome. And the modes that stem off the jazz minor scale are incredible. The most important in terms of jazz is the altered scale. Which is very cool because it's almost like the most dissonant, Whoa, I heard an Enderman. Whoa! Chill out, bro. I need the stairs. But it's one of the most dissonant scales, but it's got the major third, which is like the saving grace, if you will. But whatever the case, it's not that these scales are bad or that you shouldn't practice them, because they are very good, they're very versatile, they've got millions of uses. But I can't be bothered practicing my scales again, bro. I'm done with this. I thought I left that in high school. I thought I was over with that. But no, apparently there was more. I just had to open my eyes, expand my horizons. And now I'm sad because I can't be bothered practicing these scales. It's just so much easier to just not do that. Now, look, I understand. I'm a procrastinator through and through. So, like, you know, the fact I'm even practicing anything is a miracle, you know. But I can't be bothered. And I have to. Piano teacher I got, even he's like, look, dude, I know it sucks, but you just have to get through it. It's practically a checklist. We just go, oh, you know how to play your Locrian sharp 2 scale or whatever. Fantastic. Now let's get back onto, playing jazz. Oh, but I can't be bothered. And it's tomorrow. And I've been a bit busy, but I've done no work. And I know he's going to hate me for it because I'm a very notorious procrastinator, and that does not sit with him well. Mainly it's more that if I rock up and I go, I haven't done shit, he's going to be like, okay, fantastic. So why are you here? What are we supposed to do in this lesson now? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. It is what it is. Is this? Yeah, it's 1 up, isn't it? Yeah, it's there. Ladis washroom. That's not your name. Anyway, yeah. So I'm kind of cooked. Oops. I'm kind of cooked for the work in progress. But that's fine. Life finds a way. So I've been told. And so if I pray and if I actually do the work that I'm supposed to after I finish recording this episode, maybe I'll be alright. Maybe. It's a very big maybe. I very much could not be alright, but that's okay. It is what it is. Let's just accept it. Oh, wait, and before we do anything else... Oh, look at these beautiful shaders. It's... Episodely? I don't know. It's the daily admire the fact that shaders exist in this world that I'm playing on. That's what I get for using my brain. I'm surprised it took me this long to understand that shaders exist and are cool. It just never occurred to me back then. Well, it never occurred to me, and then I never bothered to try. Which is bad advice. Always try. Whether or not you succeed, well, that's a different story, but at least you tried. It was pretty funny. At time of recording, today is Monday, I uploaded episode 3 on Friday. And I'm staring at my pooter, if you will. I'm staring at my computer and I'm like, fuck, what am I going to name this episode? Because episode 1, the overture, makes sense, is the beginning. Episode 2, upgrades people upgrades. Dumb little joke and reference, but okay. How are we going to top this? What did we even do in episode 3? The most that we did was start a farm for our animals. And then it dawned on me. Wait. Seth Rogen starring in a new animated adaptation of George Orwell's Animal Farm. And it's looking to be terrible. Chat, I think I know what we're doing. Jarvis, clip that. Nah, but I was thinking about it, I'm like, what would be really funny? Let's name it Animal Farm over one of the most dystopian books of our time. Yeah! That sure explains the tone of the episode. Really sets the mood, if you will. Oh, I've only got 1 left, and there's no spots left. That's oh, never mind, I have 4. Okay. Yeah. No clue. He's still there! Oh my god, I just realised. What a king. You stay there, bro. I've got to get a name tag for you. You got to stay there forever. What was I going to say? I was going to say something fantastical, and I've completely forgotten it. That's okay. Well. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I have no idea what I'm going to name half of these episodes. I have until Friday to edit episode 4. Because I still haven't done it. I'm recording episode 9 and I still haven't edited episode 4. What are we doing? It's a very strange world. Oh, whatever. We're fine. I'll get around to it. Okay, good. He's not following me. I'll get around to it eventually. At some point. It's not like I've been saying that about the work in progress assignment this whole time. Nah. I am excited for, though. Although it cost me, an arm and a leg, I recently acquired some tickets to the Australian production of Heathers the Musical. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm very excited for the Heathers. Bring a couple friends. That's why it cost me an arm and a leg. Because 1 ticket is expensive. 2's quite a bit. 4, you may as well be a billionaire if you want to afford this. But whatever the case, I'm so excited for it. I love the Heathers musical. Never seen the movie, which one of my mates who loves the movie and hasn't seen the musical, he's just like, dude, what are you doing? The movie's so good. And that's a fair point. But candy store, lifeboat, 17. Oh, what a masterpiece. Actually, I don't know if I've ranted about the behind the scenes. I've spoken about it before. I know I've spoken about All Shook Up and all the rest of it before. I remember my yap session about how disheartened some of my mates were because we ended on All Shook Up and then, what's it called? We end up going, the very next year they got Mamma Mia. It's like, okay, buddy. Okay. But yeah, All Shook Up, that, behind the scenes, that was grotty. It was a show, alright. It was something. Something wasn't anything good, but it was something. Hey, that's right, I need to do pew and pew. I need wood. Wood. I'm going to see the Heathers done professionally. In fact, it's done so professionally that a girl from my high school, she's the year above me, she's in it. She's part of the cast. Holy shit. I doubt she'll remember me. We didn't really talk. But that'd be awesome. I wish I messaged her and said, hey, can you get us cheap tickets, please? It would have meant I could continue affording Nando's. I've had to take a break from Nando's so I can afford this musical. I say that I'm poor. It's not that I'm poor. It's just that I like to only spend my money. So, I know some people who, before they go out, they ask their parents, oh, is it alright if I can have, $20, $50? And they're like, yeah, sure, don't go crazy, whatever. And then if they want more, they use their own money. And that's completely valid. There's nothing wrong with that. And I know that some people are in different positions to me, yada yada. But the way I see it, I have a job. I work. Yes, I don't make a lot. I don't work a lot of hours, and I don't get paid a whole lot. But I have a job. And because of that, I feel that I owe it to my parents to pay things for myself. Especially if it's things I want to do. So if it's things like lunch, or if it's shouting a mate a drink, or if it's going out, or whatever, or buying tickets to a musical, even if it costs me fucking arm and a leg, I'd rather do it using my own money, even if that means I'm a broke boy for the time being, if you will. Even if that means, like, I can't spend as much as I'd like to or tend to or whatever, I will not ask them for a cent. Because I feel like I owe it to them. It's just how I view it. It's a very, maybe not similar, but it's a similar kind of logic I have with my mates. I do not like my friends spending money on me. I love to spend money on my friends, but I do not like them spending money on me. I can't accept it. Yes, it's in part because I'm very stubborn. But, oh my god, I just remembered, this is the path we came when we first found this joint. Oh my god, look at how it's evolved. But, I can't stand my friends spending money on me. I love to pay for my friends because that's how I show my gratitude. That's how I show my thank you to them being my friends. But the fact that they're my friends, that's like all they need to do for me. They just need to be good people and they need to be good friends. I don't want them nor need them to shout me or to spend money on me or to do whatever. Because me shouting them is an act of love. And I cannot let them love me back. No, I'm kidding, but I don't know. I can't accept people spending money on me. Even when in certain scenarios I'm very grateful for it, I don't know. God damn. But even though I'm very grateful for it in a lot of instances, I don't like it. I prefer spending on people rather than being spent on. It's just how I do love and adoration and affection. It's just how I show that I care. Acts of service, if you will. Or does it count as gift giving? Because like acts of, like you're doing the act of paying for their food or their ticket or whatever, but then that's purchasing something. That's getting them a gift. So like, is it gift giving? I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Moral of the story is I like to spend my own money on things for myself and especially for my friends. Even if in the past that's meant I've spent on people who are no longer my friends and who are absolute dropkicks, but that's okay. Because at least I can rest easy knowing I did a good thing by shouting them lunch or buying them a ticket or whatever it is. Rant over. I got to do more of those quiet times, I've realised. I got to do more of the montages. I reckon I could get on that because, like, the next little bit is just going to be me getting a shit ton more stone so I can smelt and make more stone bricks. So, I don't really know what else there is for me to say or to talk about because this is just what my life's going to be. Okay, I'll finish this part yapping, and then I will go into a montage, which hopefully I should have some new original stuff. So I don't know if you recall, but I'd been using some of my original music in the background of this, and what's it called? I was thinking like, oh my god, I'm going to run out of music. And so I started like, maybe not haphazardly, but I sort of just started slapping together songs on Jumbox. That's also a great website. JUMM Box. It's perfect. It's brilliant for music making. But I just started slapping shit together, but then that was also really fun and I enjoyed what I made. So now just every time I need like ambient music in the background, I just grab whatever the hell I've been making on Jumbox, or if I don't have anything, I just jump on Jumbox and just whip something up in a flash. So yeah. That's the magic of music, baby. Nah, but what's it called? I'll be able to play more of that music now because I'll finally be going to a montage. I didn't do it last episode because I just got so distracted yapping because it had been like 3-something weeks since I last recorded. I was maybe not out of my depths, but like I forgot that the montage was something I... Hey! I told you I got my eyes on you, mister. Anyway. The montage was something I had forgotten that I did in these episodes. So, it's nice to be back, if you will. It's nice to remember that that's something I do and should do in the episodes. Because I'm sure as much as you love my radio voice, as I've been told, family member told me that I've got a voice for radio. Now, mind you, he said this at a funeral. So, because I did one of the readings. So, interesting place to say that, but whatever. I'm sure as much as you admire my radio charm, I'm sure a little bit of peace, quiet, and chill music whilst I mine cobblestone and play stairs is, also nice. I was talking to I got a young family friend who wants to get into content creation, all the rest of it. And they were over for dinner because we're celebrating, we're holding my sister's birthday party. Her birthday was a couple of weeks back, but we're celebrating it yesterday. And we ended up getting onto the discussion of it. And it was so entertaining to hear them talking about, all the parents talking about their views on content creation and all the rest of it. Very funny. But, what's it called? Yeah, we were talking about it. And he was just like, I want to do, time lapses. He's talking, all this, maybe not complicated, but, he's talking about all this stuff that he wants to do and all the rest of it. I'm like, okay, that's fantastic. But, just use iMovie first, bro. Get used to editing and then figure it out from there. And actually decide what you want to do, for starters. That would help. So, yeah. Fun stuff, talking about content creation. Anyway, I'm gonna disappear, and it's about time that I find a diamond and just dig to my heart's content. So I will return shortly. Actually, no, I need this to do... I'm going to get 3 furnaces going. There we go. No, that looks sketch. That looks sketch as all hell. Burn it. Okay. There we go. What's it called? Yeah. Cue the music, future me. I'm going to get to work. Alright, well, I think I'll leave the montage there at least, because now it's just going to be a lot of waiting. And it's getting to the hour mark, and that's my sign. It's time to wrap it up. Yeah, it seems we've got a bit more work done on the house. Shame I didn't do much in way of decorating and all the rest of it. I was too busy yapping. Yeah. I'm sure by next episode we'll have finished the roof and we can get to decorating, debating whether to put glass or fences in the windows, and then actually maybe come up with a footpath. That's a novel idea. But on that note, thanks once again for joining me. If you enjoyed this slower pace of content, and you want to see what happens next in this little world, be sure to like and subscribe. I've been Aussie. Thanks once again for joining, and I hope all is well. Have a great rest of the day. Take care, guys.